Are you asking yourself the question, should I retire now? Or should I delay just another year or two? Let's have the conversation and discuss, when should you retire? Do you want to know the reality as to why some people delay retirement? It's not a lack of assets. It's a lack of confidence. Welcome back to Coach Nick. Today, we're going to break down the 6 questions you should be asking yourself to determine, should you retire now? Many of us have common fears as we're approaching retirement. Fears such as, am I going to run out of money, healthcare cost, inflation, market crashes, or just that fear of making a mistake. And it can paralyze us, and it could keep us from moving into that next adventure of retirement. But today, we're going to discuss those 6 questions, and hopefully as you're thinking upon these questions, you're going to help give yourself a little extra confidence to know what's right for you. Retire today, or should I delay? Here's the questions that I think matter. Number 1, what does retirement cash flow look like for you? If you pull the trigger today, do you know your numbers? Do you know with confidence what kind of retirement income you could bring in, and would that give you the retirement lifestyle you're after? And I'm not talking about just barely scraping by, barely making it. We're saying, are you able to live the kind of retirement you want to live? Question 2, do you know your spending needs? Outside of your basic budget, to really go and retire now, retire often, doing those things that are meaningful to you, that are aligned with your purpose, your passion, your calling, your goals for this next phase of your life. Do you know what that looks like from a cost perspective? Number 3, do you know what your guaranteed income sources are? Have you done any projections to know what kind of Social Security income you should be able to receive, and when is the ideal time to turn it on, to start that Social Security income? Do you have access to a pension? If so, do you know which pension options you should elect? Well, if you're married, you certainly should explore the joint and survivor options. And many companies have multiple options that include joint and survivor or pop-ups, etc. Know those numbers. Number 4, what's your healthcare status? Are you ready to just retire and hit the ground running, going and traveling, doing hikes, or doing the river cruises, or doing the things that just are really important to you? And maybe it's just being active with the grandkids. Is your health in order? Let me tell you the story about Jane. Jane is an awesome client, and we've so enjoyed our relationship with Jane. Jane did something that I really have not heard somebody do before. It was her approach pre-retirement to using her corporate or her company insurance. You see, before Jane's retirement, she really looked at what she needed to get in line from a health perspective to go live the retirement she wanted to live. We're talking knee replacement surgery, new hip, including physical therapy on one of her shoulders. She did all of this in about a 2-year period leading up to her retirement. She wanted to be ready. She was taking care of the healthcare needs. I think the 5th important question is, where's your stress level? Stress is a silent killer. It takes years off of our life. Is the stress worth the next paycheck? Is the stress worth the corporate healthcare that you're enjoying today, and it would keep you from getting on the healthcare exchange, but is that stress slowly killing you? Is it worth it? Is it worth it in your home life? Is it worth it when you can't sleep at night? Where is your stress level? Now, maybe economically you need to work another year or 2. What can you do to reduce that stress? We had a client named Mike. Mike wasn't his real name. Mike decided his stress level was beyond what he could continue on with. He needed to accumulate just a little bit more to really have that retirement lifestyle he wanted. He just couldn't do another day at his workplace. New management, new changeover. He just was done. We started exploring different options for Mike, and what we were able to determine is going part-time as a consultant in his same industry One, it would buy him freedom to work from home. He'd only have to answer to himself, and it would allow for him to accumulate those last few dollars to be able to retire into the lifestyle he really wanted to have. Maybe you have some options if you're dealing with all that stress that should be explored. I think the sixth question is a really important question. What is the opportunity cost of delaying retirement? What does that cost? And was it worth it to work just a few more years, to accumulate a few more dollars? Was the cost, that delay in time, was it worth it in the end? Did it lead to a more meaningful retirement, more income to really live in a way that you wanted to live? We have to think about these things. It's important. The cost for you might be important. It might not be. But if you're married, if you have a significant other, get on the same page, have the conversation. Too many of us suffer in silence, and it's not healthy. So seek wise counsel, get a guide, get a coach, get someone in your corner that they've helped hundreds and maybe even 1,000 people do this, and do it well. Most people only retire once. Think about something you had to do in your life the first time and it had to be perfect. Think about a test in school, how if you got a 93%, you were so proud, right? You got an A. Or think about your tax returns. You got a 93% on your tax returns. You're so proud. No, a 93% will cost you taxes and penalties. We get 100% on our tax returns. Retirement is something most of us will do at one time. Let's do it right. Let's do it well. Let's explore these questions. Let's answer for ourselves. Is it right for us? Retire now or delay? Let's talk about my friend Jack. Jack was getting ready to retire, and he really was playing with the numbers. He wanted to know his numbers, but he's toying with this idea. He's at $1.5 million in his 401k. Jack had this instinct. I just need to delay 3 more years, accumulate $300,000 more dollars in my 401k, and then I'll be set. But the reality is it was a feeling. It was a gut thing. It wasn't really knowing his numbers. So he engaged with us to really run the math. And here's what we determined. One, we determined his budget needs. If he was to retire today, he needed X amount of money between Social Security in the future, a very small pension, and his 401k. Could he and his wife really live the life that they wanted to live in retirement? And the answer was yes. We wanted Jack to know his numbers. We did the tax projection. We did the retirement income projection. We wanted to know, what would that $300,000 extra 401k really mean to him in retirement? Well, for Jack, in his tax rate, that would have equated to about an $11,000 to $12,000 of additional retirement income. And of course, hopefully the money continues to grow and that income would continue to increase over his lifetime to help him keep up with taxes and inflation. Jack now knows his numbers. He knows what that extra 3 years would really buy him and his wife. We had several meetings after knowing our numbers, and Jack and his wife, Sarah, decided maybe not 3 more years. They already can retire and retire well today. So delaying for 3 more years, that extra $11,000 to $12,000 a year isn't really going to change how they're going to live in their retirement. But Jack, he just felt like he was undone. Like there was stuff he still wanted to accomplish. There was a project that just wasn't finished, not for the sake of money. Jack determined to work 1 more year. He wanted to end well. 1 year later, Jack and Sarah, they retired well, and yes, about $100,000 more in 401k assets. They felt satisfied that they had done the right thing, and it all started with knowing your numbers. It's important to be mindful that retirement isn't just about big account balances. It's about the cash flow it can produce. Can it allow for you to live the kind of lifestyle you really want to live? So many people in our industry today, They have people underestimate what you can actually take out of your retirement accounts to live the kind of retirement you want to live. Over the course of the last 24 years, my firm's helped hundreds or even thousands of people make this transition to retirement. And I can tell you from experience, barring massive healthcare needs, huge family events, so many of our clients, their account balances grow and grow and grow over their retirement. They don't go backwards. Even with market shakeups, sell-offs, large expenses, second homes, new cars, grandbabies, the account balances tend to grow over their lifetime. If your number one priority is not to leave a massive inheritance for that next generation, and I promise you, they'll spend that money a lot faster than you will, then perhaps we need to revisit how much income you could actually generate out of your portfolio to live the kind of life you want to live. Too many people are not retiring soon enough. So many people could retire a whole lot earlier than they actually are. Do you want a second opinion? Are you working with the trusted advisor, the coach in your corner? Check out the show notes below. Click the link. We'd love to have a conversation with you. I hope you found today's content valuable. If you would, do me a favor. Click the link below. Subscribe. Be notified when there's new episodes. We love educating our audience, challenging them to think differently and to really live the kind of retirement that they're proud of, that they're excited about, having the new adventures. Thanks for joining me today, and thanks for staying coachable.
Investment advice offered through Merit Financial Group, LLC, a registered investment advisor.